problems no, with series circuit. Okay, so we have here, in order for us to solve problems no, involving series circuit, we have to familiarize the following, what they call this one, conditions, or even mga formulas. No? We are still going to use the formulas from Ohm's law, diba? If you can remember katong pyramid of Ohm's law, no? To quickly remember the formulas for current, resistance, and voltage. So aside from those formulas, we will also use these no, for series circuit. So we have here first, for series circuit, sorry, okay, to get the value of our total resistance, okay, the reason why we have a total resistance, no, because in a series circuit, there can be more than one loads. Diba? If you can remember from the examples yesterday, na atay tulo. So more than one yun usually ang loads connected to a series circuit. So for every load na atay ginatawag nga individual nga mga parameters, and we also have what we call total parameter. So as you can see, naata dari no, we have the total resistance, we have the total voltage, and we have the total current. So these includes no, the amount of resistance, voltage, and current used for each loads no, connected to your series circuit. So in order for us to get the value of our total resistance, okay, all you need to do is to add, no? To add the individual resistances. So we have here RT, or R sub T, or total resistance, is equal to R sub 1 plus R sub 2 plus R sub 3 plus dot 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 R sub n. Okay, the R sub n here tells you, no, it can change depending on how many loads are connected to your circuit. So in case you have 5 loads, so mo continue ni siya ang atuang formula, R sub 3 plus R sub 4 plus R sub 5. Okay? So that is what we mean by R sub n. So to get the value of our total resistance, all we need to do is add up, no, the individual resistances in our series circuit. Okay, next. To get naman the value of our total voltages, okay, total voltage, same with our total resistance, no? We only need to add up the values of our individual voltages. So total voltage, or V sub T, is equal to V sub 1 plus V sub 2 plus V sub 3 plus dot 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 V sub n. Again, depending on how many loads are connected to your circuit, series circuit to be specific. Then lastly, to get the value of our total current, no, our current is constant all throughout the circuit. So whatever is the value of your total current, that is also the value of your individual currents, or vice versa. Whatever is the value of your one individual current, that is the value of your total current as well. So that is I sub T, or total current, is equal to I sub 1 plus I equal to I sub 1 equal to I sub 2 equal to I sub 3 equal to dot 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 I sub n. Again, depending on how many loads are connected in your circuit. Okay? So, nakuha ba nato? Nganong ingon nani ang mga formula?
Yes, Chair.
Good. Okay, sige. I want you to take a screenshot of the formula, or to copy. Sige. So that you'll have a note, no? Para ma-familiarize ninyo. Sige, I'll count 1, 2, 3 ha. Take a screenshot. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So again, in solving problems, when it comes to series circuit, we can use these, kaning atong mga discuss karon, and including ang mga formula for Ohm's law. Okay, so those formulas can be used for problem solving. So now, let's begin answering a sample problem. So we have here R sub 1, okay, this is a series circuit, no? Diagram. As you can see, anong series circuit man siya, number 1, it only has one conductor, or one connection all throughout the circuit. Then our loads are connected along the line, no? Naa siya sa side or along the line, meaning this diagram is a series circuit diagram, okay? So as you can see, we have here, for our series circuit problem number 1. Okay, R sub 1 is equal to 3 ohms, R sub 2 is equal to 3 ohms, then R sub 3 is equal to 3 ohms as well. Okay? Then we also have a given nga 9 volts. Okay. Sir, unsa man na siya nga 9 volts? Is it for an individual voltage or is it for the total voltage? Okay. Always remember that when you have a value for your voltage written near your source, automatically that becomes your total voltage. Okay? Always remember that that whenever you have a value of voltage written near your source, ato ang source is kani siya, this is our source, no? Then atay value sa voltage written near it, automatically that becomes total voltage. Understood? Nasabtan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Sige. Now, tomorrow in our LT, okay, please do remember to copy the diagram. Okay, this is 1 point. Pag copy ninyo sa diagram, that is 1 point na. Okay? So always remember that one. Also, do not forget to write the given values because that is also 1 point. Understood? So nanakay 2 points from copying the diagram and identifying the given values pa lang. Okay, next. After that, let us now identify what are the required parameters that we need to solve for, or what are the missing parameters that we need to solve. Okay, we'll put it this way. Every time gani nga naa kay load, automatic nga naanay voltage, resistance, and current. So since you have R sub 1 here, automatic, we will also look for the value of V sub 1 and I sub 1. Understood? So again, pag naa kay load sa imuhang circuit, automatic you have resistance, voltage, and our current. So if you have R sub 1, naapot kay V sub 1 and I sub 1 dira. So we are going to look for the values of V sub 1 and I sub 1 later. Next, naaman tay R sub 2 dari. Unsa pay lain parameter ang naa sa second nga load? What else? We have R sub 2. So automatic naatay. What else? Unsa pa nga laing parameter? Electrical parameter ang naa dari. Hello, can you hear me? It seems like nobody's answering me. Natay R sub 2, so automatic, we also have V sub 2 and I sub 2. Okay, remember that. Pag naatay load, automatic nga naa na siya resistance, current, and voltage. Okay? Kaning atong number nga R sub 2, that is just an indicator sa second nga load. Okay, but still this is resistance, this is voltage, and this is current. Okay? Next, since we have R sub 3, what else? What parameter do we have with our load number 3? Unsa pa?
V sub 3, sir, o I sub 3.
Okay, very good, Maxine. Thank you so much for answering. We also have V sub 3 and I sub 3. Very good. Thank you. Okay, next. Okay, are we done? Okay, we are not yet done, no? If you can remember, kaning 9 volts, this is the value for our total voltage. So, since we have total voltage, what else? Unsa pa nga parameter ang naadari? Since we have V sub T, what else? Naatay total voltage nga 9 volts. So, unsa pa nga parameter ang dapat nato pangitaan og value? So, same with our load. Since we have total voltage, we also have total resistance and total current. Okay? Sabtan? Understood?
Sir.
Okay, sige. Very good. So, tomorrow sa LT, do not forget as well to write the required or the missing parameters. So, naata dari, no? Okay. These are the parameters that we need to solve later on. So, naatay, total resistance, total current, V sub 1, V sub 2, V sub 3, I sub 1, I sub 2, and I sub 3. So we are going to look for 8, no? 8 parameters later on. Understood? Okay, sige. Now let's try to solve the problem. Okay. So as you can see, naata dari atong diagram, naapod dari ang required, no? That's 1.1 point. Then let's write the given values. Okay? Para ma-practice mo daan. So total voltage is equal to 9 volts. Naatay R sub 1 is equal to 3 ohms. Napod tay R sub 2 equal to 3 ohms. Then R sub 3 is equal to 3 ohms as well. Please do not forget to write the symbols for your unit of measure ha. Kay automatic without the symbols, wrong na siya. Okay? Sige, let's start. So from the given values, no? Naata dare 9 volts total voltage, R sub 1 3 ohms, R sub 2 3 ohms, R sub 3 3 ohms. What missing parameter can we solve first? So again, in solving, pwede na to gamiton ang formulas from Ohm's law and the conditions that were given earlier by the series circuit. So naatay R sub 1, R sub 2, R sub 3, and total voltage. So what missing parameter can we solve first? Anyone? What do you think? Is it R sub T, I sub T, V sub 1, V sub 2, V sub 3, I sub 1, I sub 2, or I sub 3? What do you think?
I sub 2.
Sorry, what's that, Cassie?
I sub 2.
R or I?
Huh? I?
I.
Yes.
Okay, sige, let's try ha if we can solve that one. I sub 2. Sige, what formula are we going to use, man? So since we are looking for individual current, so we can use the formula for from Ohm's law. So unsa ganitong formula sa Ohm's law if we want to look for the value of our current? Unsa ganito?
V over R.
Okay, V over R. So we will write here V sub 2 over R sub 2. So again, dapat kung you are going to solve for I sub 2, you're going to use the value for V sub 2 and R sub 2 as well. Pag I sub 1 na siya, V sub 1 over R sub 1 po datong gamiton. Okay? So sige, let's substitute. Do we have the value for V sub 2 already? Naana ba tayo value sa V sub 2?
Wala po, sir.
Wala po, sir.
Okay, wala pa tayo value sa V sub 2, so we cannot solve yet I sub 2. So let's erase that. Okay, sige, next. Again, in identifying the missing parameter that we need to solve first, tan-awo na to unsa ang mga given nga naa sa atua. Diba? Naatay R sub 1, R sub 2, and R sub 3. Then we also have the value for our total voltage. So from these given values, what missing parameter can we solve first? So ato dayong hinumduman kung unsa tong mga conditions sa total resistance, total voltage, and total current. If naabatay pwede magamit dadto, and even the formula for Ohm's law. Right now, I believe that we cannot use Ohm's law yet, no? Kay total voltage ning naa sa atua, then R sub 1, R sub 2, and R sub 3 only ang available. So we will go dayon sa mga conditions for series circuit. From those conditions, can we solve for, from the given, do you think we can solve for total voltage? What do you think?
No.
Okay, no. Diba? Kaya wala ta. Kaya katong total voltage, we have to add the individual voltages. How about for our total current? Can we solve for our total current? Okay, dili pa pod because if we're going to use the formula from Ohm's law, wala tay value sa total resistance. If ato pong gamiton ang condition from series circuit, walay value for our individual current. So walay equal, no? Wala tay mahimo nga equal. So, how about total resistance? Can we solve for total resistance? What do you think?
No, Japon.
O gihapon?
Yes, the sir.
Okay. We can solve for total resistance, diba? Because according to series circuit, total resistance, to get the value of total resistance, unsa gani buhaton nato? We just have to add the values of our individual resistances. So this will become RT or R sub T is equal to R sub 1 plus R sub 2 plus R sub 3. Substitute na yun ta. So this will become R sub 1 is 3 ohms plus 3 ohms for R sub 2 plus 3 ohms for R sub 3. So 3 plus 3 plus 3. What's the answer? Lisod kayo na. Only geniuses can answer.
9.
Okay, 9. What's the unit of measure that we will use?
Ohms.
Ohms. Very good, Cassie. So 9 ohms ang atuang total resistance. By the way, for the LT tomorrow, once you already have your final answer, please don't forget to write it inside a box, no? So that when I check it, mas dali para sa kuake. This can become very confusing. Okay? So if you have your final answer na, put it inside a box. Yes, Christian, you are raising your hand. Christian,
Sir? Sir?
you are raising your hand. Do you have a question?
Manong
Yes, I
sir?
can hear you.
So sa LT, Google form man tang answer sa LT ugma. So sa box sir, amo ra ibutang og inana ay na FX sir para makabuhat mig symbol sir sa
For the LT tomorrow,
Problem.
you are just going to solve the problems in your paper. Dayon, mag-use din ka sa cam scanner. Then, i-upload din mo imuhang file sa ato ang Google Form. Ana lang ato ang LT tomorrow for the problem solving. That's why I'm asking you to prepare your ballpen paper and calculator, then your cell phone with the cam scanner na application. Okay? Did I answer your question, Christian?
yes sir, thank you.
Okay, very good. Sige, now, we are done with total resistance. Sige, next. What parameter can we solve next? What do you think? So naatay R sub 1, R sub 2, R sub 3, total voltage and total resistance na nga value. What missing parameter can we solve next? So again, think dayon ta again back to Ohm's law and think po ta sa mga conditions nga gihatag sa to as a series circuit. So from the given values or from the values that we have right now, what missing parameter can we solve next?
I, sir.
Sorry,
For I.
Cassie.
For I.
I. What I, Cassie? Is it individual current or total current?
Individual.
Individual? Okay, let's check ha. Unsa nga individual current, Cassie? Let's say I sub 1. Sige, I sub 1. Formula from Ohm's law? V sub 1 over R
V
sub
over
1.
R.
Can we solve na? Do we have the value for R sub 1?
Sorry.
Okay, na I V
Wala
R
pa
sub
din.
1 but V sub 1 wala pa. So dili pa ta
Yeah,
makasolve
sorry.
for I sub 1. Sige, next. Sige, so dili I sub 1. So looking at the required or the missing parameters na adare, no, kaning RT nga nanay naka-circle, unsa pa nga, what other missing parameters can we solve now? Sige,
V sub 1 yapon. V sub
V
1.
sub 1. Okay, let's check ha. V sub 1. What's the formula gani in solving for voltage? Diba? It's I sub 1 times R sub 1. Okay. Do we have the value for I sub 1?
Wala pa, sir.
Okay, wala pa. So we cannot solve I sub 1 still. Sige. Okay, let's erase. Sige, think. Unsa pa nga to ang pwede ma-solve na from the given values that we have? Naatay individual resistances? Nalibat na. Individual resistances, naatay total voltage, and we also have total resistance. So from that, unsa ang atong pwede ma-solve?
Total voltage, sir?
Total voltage given na, 9 volts. Nara, total voltage. What else? Sige, think. Isip-isip. i-compare ninyo ha, tanawan ninyo dari sa ato ang mga missing parameters, no?
Ay, tuna, sir. Ay, wait lang. Ay,
On
kanito taas.
unsa ana?
352? Ay, wait lang. Ay, joke.
Ohms na, dili na to.
Joke,
I'm sorry for my handwriting, no?
Oh, okay. It's okay, it's okay,
Okay,
it's
sige.
okay.
Sige. Unsa pa? Think. Looking at
Total current.
our Yes, Maxine, what's that?
Total current.
Total current. Sige, let's try. Total current. Okay, there you go. What's the formula that we're going to use to solve for total current?
V over R.
Okay, V over R. So total voltage is equal to total resistance. Do we have the value for our total voltage?
Naana, sir.
Okay, what's the value of our total voltage?
9.
9 what?
9 ohms.
9 what? 9 kilos? 9 meters?
9 volts.
Okay, 9 volts. Very good. Then, do we have the value for our total resistance?
Yes.
Yes. What's the value of
9.
our total resistance? Okay, very good.
9
9
ohms.
ohms. Very good. So, we can solve for our total current. So, 9 volts divided by 9 ohms.
1.
1. What's the unit of measure for current? 1.
8.
Okay, 1A or 1 ampere. Okay, very good. Then, since we now have the value for our total current, we will go back tayo sa condition nga gihatag sa series circuit. Unsa ganitong condition sa series circuit when it comes to our current? Total current is equal to the value of your individual current. So 1 ampere is also the value of our I sub 1, I sub 2, and I sub 3. Okay, there you go. So put them inside the box. So we are done with total current, I sub 1, I sub 2, and I sub 3. So as easy as that lang. Okay? Tanawon lang yun nato, we will look yun sa mga available values that we have. Because looking sa mga given values, we'll be able to identify which parameter we can solve next. Okay? So sige, after that, we are done with total current and the individual currents as well. So we are left with V sub 1, V sub 2, and V sub 3. So can we solve now for V sub 1? Pwede na ba nato siya ma-solve? What do you think?
Yes, sir.
Okay, pwede na because we have the value for our I sub 1 and R sub 1. Value of I sub 1? 3, this is 1 ampere.
1 ampere, sir.
Okay, very good. 1 ampere, no? Then,
Times 9.
okay, what's the value of our R sub 1?
9 ohms.
Is it 9?
3, sir.
3.
Ay,
Okay, very
3.
good. It's 3 ohms. Okay, so 1 times 3.
3
3.
Okay, 3 what?
volts.
Volts. Very good. Okay, very good. Next, let's solve for V sub 2. Same formula ang gamiton. I sub 2 lang din siya times R sub 2. So, 1 ampere times 3 ohms. 1 times 3, same lang gihapon, 3 volts. Then lastly, for V sub 3, same formula, I sub 3 times R sub 3, 1 ampere times 3 ohms gihapon siya, so 3 volts. Okay, so we are done with V sub 1, V sub 2, and V sub 3. So as simple as that. Okay? Now that you're done solving for the missing parameters, okay, we are not yet finished, no? So, in order for us to make sure that our answers are correct, we have to do the checking. Okay, so checking ta. When it comes to checking, pwede ra ninyo gamiton ang any given parameters from the problem. So, pwede nimo gamiton ng total voltage, pwede nimo gamiton ng R sub 1, R sub 2, and R sub 3. Okay? And pwede pod gamiton ang any formulas na available. So this time, let's use total voltage. So total voltage, okay? Looking at here, wala na itong nagamit tong formula nga gikan sa series circuit. Di ba series circuit, to get the value of total voltage, all you need to do is to add the value of your individual voltages. Okay? So substitute din ta, total voltage is equal to 9 volts. V sub 1 is equal to 3 volts plus V sub 2, 3 volts, plus V sub 3, plus V sub 3, that is 3 volts gihapon. Okay? So 3 volts. So 9 volts is equal to 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9 volts gihapon siya. So equal. So our answers are correct. Okay? As simple as that. Any questions?
None, I don't have
No,
questions.
so far.
Okay, very good. Sige. How about the others? Kindly click the raise hand button for me, please, if you don't have any questions. Okay, very good. Sige, I hope na nag-follow ang uban ha. Kay murag mingaw man, no? Gamay ra ang ga-participate. So please do participate, no? And I hope you are practicing on your end. Gasulat pod mo kay para ma-anad. Okay, sige. Next, let's now go to parallel circuit. Okay? So naapoy different set of rules and formulas ang atuang parallel circuit when it comes to finding the value of our total resistance, total current, and total voltage. Okay? So first, let's go to total current. Sa series circuit, when we look for the value of total current, all we need to do is add the individual, total resistance I'm so sorry. Total resistance first. For series circuit, to look for the value of our total resistance, all we need to do is to add the individual resistances, diba? But here, in parallel circuit, we use this formula. The reciprocal of the total resistance is the reciprocal sum of the individual resistances. So our formula is R sub P, or total resistance, is equal to 1 over R sub 1 plus 1 over R sub 2 plus 1 over R sub 3 plus ... 1 over R sub n. Again, depending on how many loads are connected in your parallel circuit. So this is the reason, no, why I want you to secure a scientific calculator kay naatay formula nga naay fraction. Ni I know if kabalo ba ang tanan mag-input og fraction sa calculator. Kindly click the raise hand button if kabalo. Okay, very good. Okay. So in case na ang imuhang calculator is not like mine, no? I'm very lucky because my calculator is kuan siya. It can really input fraction easily, no? For example, okay, for a little while ha. Okay. So my calculator, I hope you can see it. Akong calculator, kaya niya ma-input gyud ang same structure gyud sa formula. So in case nga dili ni kaya mabuhat sa imuhang scientific calculator, one easy way for you to solve kaning ingon nani no is to input first kaning denominator nato. So 1 over R sub 1 plus 1 over R sub 2 plus 1 over R sub 3. Click the equal button, no? Equals button. You get an answer, katuday answer na imuhang nakuha, i-divide nimo siya sa 1. So 1 divided by answer, then you get the total resistance. Okay? Nasabtan, in case nga dili maka-input og fraction just like mine, no, sa akong calculator. Nasabtan ba?
Final.
Okay, very good. Sige. Okay, sige, let's proceed. Next, to get the total current value for parallel circuit, no? The total current is the sum of the individual currents. So if sa series circuit, constant ang value sa ato ang current, pag abot sa parallel circuit, to get the value of our total current, you have to add the values of your individual current. So the formula for that is I sub T is equal to I sub 1 plus I sub 2 plus I sub 3 plus ... I sub n, again, depending on how many loads are connected in your circuit. Okay, that's how you get the total current in parallel circuit. Then lastly, to get the value of your total voltage in parallel circuit, okay, Going back sa series circuit, i-add lang nimo ang individual voltages to get the value of your total voltage. But when it comes to parallel circuit, okay, the total voltage is constant all throughout the circuit. So ang voltage, ang constant, ang value sa parallel circuit. So that is total voltage is equal to V sub 1, equal to V sub 2, equal to V sub 3, and equal to dot 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 V sub n. Okay? Nasabtan ba na to? So you have to familiarize these conditions because it can be very confusing, no? With parallel and series circuit. Okay? Sige, kindly take a screenshot or take a photo of the formulas. No, I'll count 1, 2, 3, then we'll proceed to the next slide, Diane. Okay? Take a screenshot. 1, 2, 3. Okay, very good. Sige. Now,
Wala akong chat.
okay, very good. Sige, now, let's try to answer this problem. So we have here a circuit diagram for a parallel circuit, no? So how can we tell that this is really a parallel circuit? So as you can see, it has more than one pathway. There you go, more than one, no? So one pathway for each circuit, as load rather, connected to our circuit. And our loads are in the middle of the circuit or across the wire, across the circuit. So automatically, this makes it a legit, no, parallel circuit. So we have the following given values. Okay, R sub 1 is equal to 90 ohms, R sub 2 is equal to 45 ohms, then R sub 3 is equal to 180 ohms. Then, naatay value sa voltage written near our source, 9 volts. Again, pag ang value sa voltage is written near our source, this is automatically our unsa ni siya? Pag naay value sa voltage written near our source, automatically this becomes our what? Unsa? Hello? Do I have my students with me? Please do answer kay para dili ta malangan, no? Pag ang voltage, value sa voltage written near our source, kani siya, automatically this becomes our what? Is it V sub 1, V sub 2, V sub 3, or our total voltage?
Total voltage, sir.
Okay, total voltage din ni siya. So we have the following given values. Total voltage is equal to 9 volts, R sub 1 equal to 90 ohms, R sub 2 is equal to 45 ohms, and R sub 3 is equal to 180 ohms. Sige, now, let us try to identify what are the missing parameters that we will solve for later on. Sige, what are the missing parameters? Anyone? So again, since naatay total voltage, automatic nga naapod tay. Unsa to? Hello, 10I. I need you to answer me. Yes, Maxine.
RT.
Okay, we have total resistance. Very good. What else?
R sub 1 plus R sub 2 din, sir.
R sub 1, R sub 2, and R sub 3 are already given. We are looking for the missing parameters. Unsay atohang kinahanglan isolve. Total voltage, R sub 1, R sub 2, and R sub 3 are already given. So unsa man na to ang missing parameters? Katong kinahanglan na to isolve. Aside from R sub t, what else?
V sub 1, sir.
Okay, very good. V sub 1. What else?
V sub 2, V sub 3.
V sub 2 and V sub 3. Okay, very good. Unsa pa? What else are missing?
I sub 1, I sub 2, I sub 3.
I sub 1, I sub 2, and I sub 3. Very good, Maxine. What else? Naapay isa? Isa na lang ang kulang?
I sub T, sir.
I sub P or total current. Very good, Maxine. Thank you so much. So here are our missing parameters. Total resistance, total current, V sub 1, V sub 2, V sub 3, I sub 1, I sub 2, and I sub 3. Okay, very good. So now, let's try to solve the dion for the missing parameters. Okay. Let's write lang no, nga required ni siya. Okay. Then we also have the given. So again, do not forget to write the given required and copy the diagram tomorrow for our LT. So total voltage is 9 volts. R sub 1 is equal to 90 ohms. R sub 2 is equal to 45 ohms. Then R sub 3 is equal to 180 ohms. Okay, there you go. So from the given and from the required, what missing parameter can we solve first? What do you think? So same gihapon sa tuwang gihimo kaganiha, you have to look at the given values and you have to look at the required missing parameters, no? From that, you can identify na dayon what missing parameters can you solve first. So unsa nga mga parameters ang naay values? Naatay total voltage, we have R sub 1, R sub 2, and R sub 3. So unsa nga missing parameter ang ato ang pwede i-solve first? Anyone?
R sub T, sir.
R sub T. Okay, why R sub T, Maxine, or total resistance? Anong pwede naman nato ma-solve ang total resistance? Because we
Ano
already
sila-
have...
sir?
Sige, Maxine, go. Sorry.
Nana sila yung mga value, ang R sub 1, R sub 2, R sub 3.
Very good, Maxine, no? So from the given condition earlier, to get that value of total resistance, all you need to do is to 1 over all, 1 over R sub 1 plus 1 over R sub 2 plus 1 over R sub 3. So since we already have the value for our individual resistances, so we can solve na for our total current. So this will become 1 all over 1 over 90 ohms plus 1 over 45 ohms plus 1 over 180 ohms. What's the value of our total resistance? Sige, kindly solve. Ano yung value sa tuwang total resistance?
Kuan, sir. Ay, katong decimal, sir, or ang
Yes,
kuan
yes.
lang fraction? Taas siya. 13.17 times 10 to the power of negative 3.
Is it 13?
17.
17? Sakto ba 17? Okay, 17.
17.4603175 times 3 to the negative.
Okay, thank you so much, Kessie. How about the others? Do you have the same answer as Kessie? What's your answer?
Ay, fraction yapon sa ubos, sir.
Yes, nagya po na yung fraction.
Ay,
1 all over.
I
1
joke,
over
let me do it
90.
again.
Oh, sige. Kindly do it again, Kessie. How about the others? Please let me know just to check if nag-solve ba mo, no? If ga-follow ba mo. Kay lisod kaayo ni if dili mo manubag. I won't be able to know if you learned something from the class so that I can answer your questions as well if you have any.
Decimal point,
24.71, sir.
Yes, we will write decimal. Okay. Sorry, Kessie, again. What's your answer?
25.71.
Okay. So if your answer has decimal point, no, kindly use up to 2 decimal places lang. As you can see, if nag-solve mo dira, no, the answer is 25.71428.571. So taas kay siya. We will only use up to 2 decimal places. So 25.71 lang atong isulat. In case that the number after the second decimal place, no, is 5 and up, we can round it off. But in our case, since the number after 1, which is in the second decimal place, is 4, so we will not round it off anymore. So automatic, our answer is 25.71 ohms. Write it inside the box. Kindly click the raise hand button if you got the same answer. How about the others? Only Kessie and Maxine? Okay, bantay lang nang nagilom-hilom dira ha. Please do participate because I will not know if naka-follow ba? And if nakasabot ba? Okay, para po matabangan ta mo in case you get confused. Okay, sige, next. Now we are done with total resistance. Okay. After that, what parameter can we solve next? Sige. What parameter can we solve next?
Ang I sub t, sir.
I sub t. Okay. What formula are we going to use, Maxine?
Ang VT over RT, sir.
Okay. So, before we use that formula, no, let us check if pwede ba tong formula that was given by parallel circuit. Unsa ganito? Diba, to get the value of our total current, all we need to do is to add the value of our individual currents. Okay, this is for parallel circuit, ha? But can we use this formula? Pwede ba nato ni gamiton?
Not yet, sir.
Okay, not yet because we don't have the value for our individual currents pa. So that's why ang giingon ni Maxine, we use the formula from Ohm's law. Okay? Sige. So the formula will be VT or total voltage over total resistance. Since we already have the value for our total voltage and total resistance. So this will become 9 volts divided by 25.71 ohms. So what's the answer? 9 divided by 25.71?
Sir. 0.35.
Okay, very good. 0.35. Okay. So again, 2 decimal places lang ato ang gamiton, ha. 0.35 amperes. Okay. Do we make it this way? Is 0.35 amperes also the value of our I sub 1, I sub 2, and I sub 3?
Yes, sir.
Who says yes? Kindly click the raise hand button if you also think that 0.35 is the value of our I sub 1, I sub 2, and I sub 3. Kinsa gay ngunog yes? Okay, Cassie. How about the others? Maxine, Robert? Okay, thank you so much. How about those of you who says no? Click the raise hand button. Ang gaingunog no. Okay, so we will, okay, this is not the value of our individual currents, okay? Katong atong himuon ni siya value sa individual current, that is for series circuit lang. But since we are solving for our parallel circuit, kani siya ang 0.35 is the value for our total current lang dayon. Okay? Kay parallel circuit man ni. Unsa ganito nga parameter ang constant ang value sa parallel circuit? Yes, Cassie, what parameter is that?
I joke. Concert.
What parameter is constant in a parallel circuit?
Loss of circles. Katong circle. Ay.
Circle? Sige, let's go back a little bit sa ato ang presentation earlier.
Series circuit.
Parallel circuit. Okay,
I
as you
joke.
can see here, ang parameter nga constant ang value all throughout the circuit sa parallel circuit is ang voltage. Okay? So, pag-abot na to sa ato ang problem, inaadari, where's that? Okay, here you go. So, pag-abot dari, ang total current nato, sakto na ng 0.35 ampere. Okay? So, dili na siya equal sa value sa ato ang individual current. So, ito ibutang dari, total voltage is equal to 9 volts. Given na siya, okay, this is equal to V sub 1, equal to V sub 2, and equal to V sub 3. So, you have na dayon your individual voltages. So, manakag-solve sa total current, you're done with V sub 1, V sub 2, and V sub 3. So, now, we will solve na for the values of our individual currents. So, let's start with I sub 1. Formula, V sub 1 over R sub 1. Substitute, this is 9 volts divided by, okay, what's the value of our R sub 1? Okay, 90 ohms. So, 9 divided by 90, this is?
0.1.
Okay, 0.1 ampere. Very good. Next, let's solve for I sub 2. Same formula. V sub 2 over R sub 2. is equal to, substitute na yun ta, this is 9 volts divided by 45 ohms. What's the value of our I sub 2?
0.2,
0.2.
sir.
Very good. 0.2 ampere. Okay, very good. Then lastly, let's solve for I sub 3 dayon. Same formula, V sub 3 over R sub 3 is equal to, substitute, 9 volts over 108 ohms. So what's the value of our I sub 3?
0.05.
Okay, 0. What's that?
0.5.
0.
0.5.
0.05. 0.05 ampere. Okay. Okay. We are done now with the missing parameters. Are we finished now with our solution? What do you think? Okay, not
No, we
yet.
need to check in.
Okay, very good. Let's do the checking. So again, we can use any parameters from the given problem. So this time, let us try to use R sub 1. No? R sub 1 is equal to, what formula are we going to use? So Ohm's law, atong gamiton. So this is V sub 1 over I sub 1. Substitute. This will become 90 ohms is equal to V sub 1 is 9 volts divided by I sub 1 na to, okay, 0.1 ampere. Okay? So, equal ba sila? 9 ohms is equal to 9 divided by 0.1. Equal ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So, equal siya. 90 ohms din na siya. So, our answers are correct. Okay? Sige, any
lang
questions?
checking, sir, sa
Yes.
IT.
We include the checking.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Sige. Any questions?
None so far.
None so far.
Okay, sige. Okay, if there are no more questions, okay, I want you to answer these problems as an assignment. Okay? So kindly copy or take a screenshot of the problems. Okay, there you go. This is problem number 1. Sige, I'll count 1, 2, 3, then take a screenshot ha. 1, 2, 3. Naka-screenshot
Okay na,
na? Okay, very good. Sige,
Screenshot na ko.
next. Problem number 3. Number 2 pa pala. Problem number 2. Sige, screenshot 1, 2, 3.
Screenshotting.
Okay, then lastly, problem number 3 din ta. Okay, there you go.
Done, sir.
Okay.
Answer screenshotting.
So, once you're done answering the problems no in a paper, kindly use cam scanner. Okay, dapat ang tulo ka solutions ninyo should be in one file lang. Kaya na sa cam scanner, no? Once you are done, dayon upload your work in Silid na asynchronous activity number 3 dadto nga posting nako. You upload your answers there for the assignment. Deadline for this one is on Sunday at 11:59 p.m. So this will serve as your synchronous activity number 3. Okay? Nasabtan?
Kasabtan na.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Then again, do not forget,
Yes,
tomorrow will be our long test number 1. Coverage for the long test will be from the scientists up until this lesson na to, okay? Then later, siguro mga 5 or 6 p.m., I'll be uploading the video, okay, sa ato ang discussion karon sa ato ang social. So please do check your socials later this evening for the video, okay? In case you want to review our discussion. Sige, nasabtan, do we have any questions so far?
None so far.
No, sir.
Okay, sige. If there are no more questions, yes, Cassie, what's that?
None so far, no, sir.
Okay, sige, sige. If there are no more questions, let us now have our closing prayer.
Let us put ourselves in the